Hello, hello. Are you ready? Abby, you're muted. Okay, I'm going to let everyone in. Good morning, everyone. Woo! Look at all the beautiful faces. Smile. Yay. Dar is ready with her smile. Tamra, Kelly. I know Trisha's hiding in the background with a big smile. And let's warm up those chats. What is your favorite color? Tell me, what is your favorite color in the chat, please? I bet you can guess my favorite color. Dar, rainbow, of course, Dar. Of course it is. That's our Dar. Teal, blue, pink, green. Woo! Pink, pink, pink. Give me some pink with some bling bling, lace, pearls. I'm there. I am there. Yes. Trisha, green. Oh, that's different. You know, my grandson's favorite color was green. He is almost 16 now, still green. The youngest one that is 4 started out with the color green, but now it's the fabulous blue. The bad thing about having a favorite color when you're 4, everything must be that color. Blue. I don't care what it is, it must be blue. He wants everything Spider-Man for Christmas. Do you know how hard it is to find blue for Spider-Man? Everything's red. So, but I wish they could be 4 forever. I'm telling you, 4 is a fabulous number. 4 is, no, Timber says it is not. Yay. All right. Now let's go on to that chat. Give me some email addresses. Give me some, one thing we lack a lot of times when we put things in the chat? We don't put our websites in there. I would love to go to your website. I don't care. Kelly, give me your website. I know yours, Kelly, but I'm just using yours for example. She's in MLM. She sells patches and socks. And you know what? Sometimes I want to go there to look to see if they have what we want. You can't. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay. Sorry about that. Give me some phone numbers if you don't mind. Give me some how can I what is your favorite way to be reached? I'm going to be honest. I love give me some text on the phone. I love it. It's right there. My next favorite is Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn messaging, and then email. Why is email not my very favorite? I love getting emails. The problem of it is, especially this week, I'm getting a million emails. And it's hard to keep up. Guys, it's hard to keep up sometimes when everyone is sending me Black Friday, Small Saturday, Cyber Monday, Favorite Tuesday, Red Wednesday, whatever. It's up and it's just a lot sometimes. But we must do it if you're in business. If you're not emailing, if you're not messaging on text, if you're not messaging on your messengers, you're missing sales. You're missing sales, guys. I don't want to preach on that because we're here to learn, teach, speak, celebrate. Does anyone have anything to celebrate this week? I know Tamra has something to celebrate this week. Come on, Tamra. What is it? Unmute, unmute. Let's go to Dar while Tamara figures hers out. Dar.
I am unmuted. Yay.
Yes.
What am I expecting this week?
No, not expecting. What are you celebrating this week?
No, what am I celebrating?
Or what have you celebrated in the last week besides Thanksgiving?
Oh dear.
Did you create new cards? Did you see someone
I haven't.
unexpected?
Can I show a new card?
Absolutely.
And
Kelly,
find
while
what I
she's
did
giving
with
you her card, well, how about you?
Well, I'll celebrate that I got Dar's cards in the mail, even though she addressed them to Ottawa, not Oshawa. Thankfully, the postal code works. So I did get all my cards, and they are beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you, Kathy.
Everybody really liked them. I showed them to all the family.
Perfect. I love Dar's cards.
I love this card.
You.
I love this card that I just made. Just finished making. It says,
there. Under the mistletoe stays under the mistletoe. I love it. Yes.
I saw that in one of my paper packs.
That's awesome. Okay.
I just had to make something with it.
Yes, perfect. All right, Tamara, back to you.
Okay, well, let's see. I got my house put together the day before Thanksgiving. I got my office put together. I'm in my office. And let me see. I actually started my routine again. Yay!
Yay! We've been working so hard on that. You know, when you're out of routine, you're just not into what you need to be into.
And I have to tell you, Dar, I've been looking at your cards on Facebook. Oh my, I didn't know they were going to be like that. When I seen them, I was like, really? You could put them up on your wall. They're so beautiful.
I'm telling you, they are picture perfect. They are picture perfect. And Dar, back to that is my daughter is going to frame one of your cards that she received from me. And then she's going to do a reveal of it and video. We're going to video it. So, yay. All right, Abby, while you're eating your apple, she's being so nutritionist. Nutritional, I guess I should say. I'm kind of jealous. I need to eat better. You know, my issue is I start working early in the morning and I forget to eat until my stomach is so hungry that I go grab the first leftover that I might have. And then it's usually not fruit. So there we go.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, Kelly.
Do you like oatmeal?
I love oatmeal.
Okay. What I do is at night, I get the mason jars, the 2-cup mason jar. I put 3/4 a cup of oatmeal in it. I put a tablespoon either flax, chia, or hemp seeds, one of those, so your healthy fat. I then put cinnamon in it, a teaspoon of cinnamon, because that's good for your digestion. Then I shake it. Then I fill it half full of milk, shake it again so it doesn't clump. You really got to shake it, especially if you have chia seeds. Then I fill it with fruit, frozen fruit, fresh fruit, put a lid on it, shake it up, put it in the fridge. And then when you get up in the morning, it doesn't matter what time you start, you're hungry, you grab it and you just eat your oats and it fills you for hours.
But I can use frozen fruit?
Oh yeah, but just make sure you shake it and mix it first halfway through. That's what I found. Otherwise, you're going to get this lug of everything stuck together. So you really got to make sure you shake it and put your frozen and fruit on. And what I did now, just to get ahead, is I've got 4 jars on the counter and I filled them with the oatmeal, the flax, and the cinnamon. And now all I have to do before I go to bed, just mix it up and then away I go.
Oh,
and it's
that is
ready
an
in the
awesome.
morning.
I could do that frozen. My issue is, guys, this is my secret. My husband does not like fruit except for strawberries and oranges. So, but he doesn't eat them regularly. So, if I buy a container of strawberries, I can't eat all of them before they ruin because our fruit here ruins so quickly. Same thing with blueberries, blackberries. I love all those, but they ruin and they're very expensive. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to spend the money for that. But if I can do frozen,
Yeah.
that's fine. But so many things you can't use frozen for. So I'm glad you told me that. And I see in the chat that Trisha has put something on about an eating path. So maybe she can give me some great ideas too later on. But Kelly, I can go for that. I literally could eat oatmeal 3 times a day, 7 days. I just never get tired of it. I love it. So
I just find, especially like today, I won't be finished my calls. I started at 9. I won't be finished till probably about 2 o'clock 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I've eaten my oatmeal.
Yes, see, that's like mine too. So, okay, Abby, to you, what is your giveaway for this week so that then we can move on?
My giveaway?
Well, not giveaway. What did we say? What is your win for this week? Let's do that. Win for this week.
My win is well, just a bit of info. I was on 3 business calls before this, so I couldn't have my snack beforehand. But in the first call I had, it's a repeat call, but what the win is, I formatted a customer's computer, a client's computer from afar. She's in Alberta and I'm in Ontario, and we're getting her all set up so she has a fresh computer.
Awesome.
It took several sessions, but we managed it. So that was a good win.
That is a win for you and your customer. That is awesome. I love. Okay. The last thing before we go into Abby's talk, my preaching session. I hated COVID. Everyone hated COVID, but we forget sometimes that we did win something from COVID. I won a couple of things. Number one, I love my family. I tell you that, guys, all the time. My family is number one. It is number one. If my daughters called right now and needed me right now and it was an emergency, I would say, "Whoo, Abby, take over. I'm gone. I'm out of here." Because family is number one to me. Okay. My husband, high school sweetheart, we met at 15, married at 18, 40 plus years married. So I have lived with that geezer for over 40 years. And I have fell in love with him for over 43 years. There's not a day in the 40 years since we've been married I did not want to stab him in the nose with a spoon. But there's never a morning that I don't want to turn over and him be there. But during COVID, I found out, and I did not realize that him and I had kind of not broken apart, but kind of like forgot those little strings that we used to have, you know? But when COVID hit, I don't know about you guys, but Texas at one time, literally, if it wasn't an emergency, it was closed down. Okay. So we couldn't go to the movies. We couldn't go out to eat. We couldn't go shopping. The only thing we could do is get groceries and watch TV at home. Oh my God, we reconnected some of those little strings that we forgot about. You know, I hope that all of you guys kind of did that. Even if it wasn't with a husband, maybe it was with your pet or yourself or a child or whatever. The other thing is that I was in tears about my business was already, my e-commerce business was already up and going, but it was all on Facebook. I sold everything on Facebook. And I thought, okay, I'm either going to have to go out of business or I'm going to have to pivot, right? So I decided, I am not going out of business. I am a strong woman. I will figure this out. So I did e-commerce. I got my website going. A lady, messed me over for $3,000 and never finished my website. I fell in the lap of someone else that took me under their wing, and for $500, less than $500, they had me up and running in 7 days or less. Those are fabulous people you want to know. Guess what? They didn't charge me but much, but to this day, and this was at the beginning of COVID, I pay them 30 something dollars every month for my website. They will have me forever, or until I decide to close that website. I will always pay them. So I figured out there's some great people out there, and my e-commerce business, and I started the business I'm in today. So why I'm telling you this, we will have roadblocks. We will have those curveballs. COVID threw us a curveball, but I learned so much during COVID. I did not know how to utilize Zoom. I didn't know how to utilize all these social media platforms. I knew LinkedIn. I was on LinkedIn, didn't really know what to do with LinkedIn. I had Facebook down, I thought, really didn't. And what is live stream and StreamYard, and what is Instagram and TikTok and blah, 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 and blah, blah. COVID taught me that. I had to go online and figure it out. I had to pivot. Pivot is a strong word. Pivot, pivot, pivot. When my daughters came home, my first daughter came home pregnant at 18, what did I do? I pivoted. Our family pivoted. You make your choices to be strong. So COVID brought us a lot of sadness, but it brought us together. I would have never met Abby, Trisha, Kelly, Dar, Tamara, none of you. I live in Texas. None of you live in Texas. None of you are in Sherman, Texas, Dallas, Texas. Would have never got to know all of you beautiful people. So COVID did bring us some togetherness. I don't know why you can't hear me, Abby. Tamara, can you hear me? Shake your head. Kelly? Okay, Abby, I think it's you.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, all right.
Oh, it's okay now.
I hear you.
Okay, all right, awesome. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead. We are going to give Abby the next 25-ish minutes, and I hope we can hear Abby okay. Abby, take it away.
Okay, I actually heard you say that stuff from Dar's computer. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
And looks like I'm frozen.
No.
No, I'm not frozen?
Not now.
Okay. So I guess I'll start, and I hope my connection stays stable. I thought of doing a talk and about our holiday pictures. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of info, and I'm going to give a link in the chat of a service that can help us with our seasonal pictures. Well, any pictures. So anyway, with a lot of the goings on out in the world, we use our cell phone for taking many of our pictures and videos, and we typically keep them all. But if there's a blurred one, we will delete it. But otherwise we keep all our pictures, but the phones can only handle so much. And so what I recommend is a couple of different options. My preferred option is saving it on an external hard drive. That way you can, check them out whether you got internet or not. But for those that are heavy into the internet, there's cloud-based services, and that is good for the idea of from your cell phone to a cloud, and then from the cloud put it somewhere. And there's a service that I highly recommend. I'm going to go to my internet safety page and click on this link. Yes, this is it. Copy. I'm going to put it in the chat now. And this is a great resource. Oh, I don't know why it has Bassie Cripps there. Oh, that's the token link. Right. Okay. Anyway, this Forever website keeps all your photos and videos forever, like as though it's your own server. Where most cloud services out there, you're not the only one that owns it. So if you have a service like this, you get to guarantee that no one else has access. When you go with a traditional cloud, the owner of the cloud also owns your pictures. So if you have a beautiful picture of you and a loved one, let's say, and it's on the cloud, that cloud service can sell that picture to anyone in the world, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, but that picture is your, it was taken out of your passion, and you don't want to spread it around. That's why I recommend a service of this nature, like the link I gave. There's many out there, but the idea is you can keep your pictures safe there and forever. On this particular server, it's called Forever because you're paying for the server portion, and the idea is no one has access except who you pick to have access, and such as family members to have access to all those family pictures. You can have categories, and you can have a trip, and you want to share it with, your cousin. You can select who sees what on a server like Forever. So I always recommend putting it somewhere, like I said, in external hard drive, that we don't have to worry about internet, or on a service like Forever. And that way, I think I'm starting to repeat myself. But the bottom line is safety is important. There's a lot of bad stuff out there, and it's wise to find ways to be protected. For that, added to that is add-ons to your browser. I use 5 different add-ons, and what it does is it's one more protection to keep bad things from happening to your computer, because you don't want to lose those precious photos. There, as I said a few minutes ago, I helped a client format their computer in Alberta, and now here I am in Ontario. We had to back up all her stuff onto an external hard drive because we didn't know if it was saved or not. And so we did that first. And luckily, we did a rescan afterward with ID Seal, which is something she paid for. I saw the message about cost. The cost is considerably cheap considering you own that portion of the server. At the present moment, I don't know the cost. We'd have to look through the link and get that cost worked out. But you can buy a terabyte, you can buy 5 terabytes, you can buy whatever, and it ensures that they're protected on a system like that.
So just a quick question, Abby,
yeah,
then
sure.
is the sign up link that you gave us, is that free, and then we can see the pricing? I didn't see anything to click to see pricing.
Okay, I will backtrack, and give this is the link that, okay, I'm putting the updated link in the chat where we can end up finding the pricing from that. I'm looking on the website and storage more. There we go. Okay, so here's the pricing. I'm going to give the pricing link. There it is. Right. Okay. So yeah, you can get terabytes. 10 gigabytes. It's pricey in the idea of comparing a cloud service, but it's protection that you never lose the photos. They have redundant backups so that you don't lose the server. Like for example, my website server went down 4 days, twice in a month. That hurt my business. But the point being is they had backups. So when they got their system back up and running, everything was there. I didn't have to re-upload the website. It's the same idea here. There's redundancies put in place so that you don't lose your content. And so I think it's worth the price for those special pictures, those special videos. So 24 months, right. So if you go by the 24 month installments, it looks a lot cheaper. So 24 months, 10 gigabytes, that's $9 a month US. You know, when you look at that, you see the cost effectiveness. So I wasn't doing this to promote any one particular service. There are others out there that do the same idea. So shop around and keep your precious photos secure. So I'm open to questions. Go ahead, Dar.
You're muted, Dar.
I must know you so well or something, because I was going to ask a question at the very same time you were offering, and I didn't know she was going to offer to answer questions. But anyway, on the topic of pictures getting stolen, I have a photo here. It's a very precious photo of my second cousin when she was very young. Her dad was very good at manipulating photographs, and he used, what was that service called where they put pictures in and they got money if somebody bought them? Or
iStock is one of them.
iStock, right? He had an iStock account, and he had this photo of Taylor. It's a black and white photo of her, and the only thing it's color is the balloon. But if you notice, this is not a picture frame that I framed. Let me turn off just to show you what can happen if you're not careful. Background. Where'd it go?
We can see it, Dar.
Okay. All right. There you go. That's perfect. This was actually a purchase from Michael's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's not a picture she put in. It came that way.
That's right. It's not even, well, yeah, it's not even out of the package. It's in the package in the frame. So I just had to buy one. Yeah. So
I had no idea. I had no idea they could do that. So I have family photos up in the Google Cloud that I purchased that just for my family photos so that me and the girls could go in and it's not like there's a lot there, but that was my intention, is to get everything uploaded to there. So I don't own those pictures by myself. Now Google owns those pictures as well.
As well as you.
Okay.
Both
but
Google
if I took
and
transferred all those pictures to Forever, I think is what you called it, then no one else touches those pictures or owns those pictures except for me.
They can't be resold.
Okay. Is that, as I'm a little confused. Remember, I'm not the techie person here. That's our angel. But So you're saying put them on a external drive and forever? Is that what you're recommending?
Well, that's a two-part. The internet is not something we can count on. Like at the beginning of this, my internet was weak, and is a weak signal for whatever reason. And even though I've got Starlink internet now, there's unknown reasons why we can lose internet. And so the idea is you have two ways of protecting yourself. One, you've got an external hard drive, and you can take that drive to someone else's computer and share the photos. But in a service like Forever, you can link your family members to it, or friend or whatever, and just like you do the Google one, but you have the security.
Okay.
So you got two options, not both. If you do both, fantastic. I'm happy.
Okay. So is that is an external drive? Is that something that I purchase somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
You're looking at about $80 US, like about $100 Canadian, thereabouts.
Okay. Okay. But then so the Forever, it looks like it's almost like a Google. You can make albums and everything. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's very much like that.
And it looks like that all of us here are probably around my age, give and take 10 years or so. But so back in my dinosaur years, everyone scrapbooked. Everyone scrapbooked. So I started these beautiful, I covered the photo albums and everything in beautiful cloth. Some of them, not all of them. This is my issue, Abby. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of all of these pictures just hanging out in boxes, not even in albums. Then I have several albums that are beautifully put together with the girls' names, where we lived, where we were at, Mark and I were in Germany, or if we were in Fort Hood, or wherever we were. But I have boxes full of loose pictures. And then I probably have 500,000 of JPEGs in this phone, in my laptop, in old laptops. And I'm like, how do I ever get this put together?
Right.
And I'm just going to be honest with you. If I could hire, I've never found anyone yet, but I will. Not that I'm a millionaire. I can't pay millions. If I could hire someone to just take all my photos and scan them and all of my JPEGs and put them somewhere in some kind of this is my fear. I'm going to be at the pearly gates, and I'm going to be worried about Misty and Christy not being able to figure out who's Misty and who's Christy when they were 3. That's what I'm going to be worried about. Does anyone else worry about these things or have these issues? I really would like for you to unmute. I think this is so important. Surely I'm not the only one that has millions of pictures just loose hanging out in a box. Please tell me how you're handling, what to do. What should we do? I don't know anymore, Abby. I'm just so lost. I'm 30 years old and I have no idea what to do with all these pictures.
I think you finished. On my computer, I don't hear you talking now. I can't hear if you're talking on Dar's computer right now. Did you finish, or did I interrupt?
You're good.
I'm good? Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to Dar and I. We set up was it a 50th anniversary for Mom and Dad, Dar?
50th anniversary party.
Yeah. And our friend Alan, Dar, and I had 3 scanners going to save hundreds of pictures of the family, including them. So that didn't include other pictures of just the kids, things like that. We spent hours and hours saving all those old style pictures, and now we have them in a hard drive protected so that we can access them again. And everybody
yes.
appears to be frozen on my computer.
No. And the good thing is that I guess once you do this, I was looking at, Mark and I've been married in May will be 41 years. Our wedding pictures are starting to fade. It's so sad. And guess what? I don't have them scanned anywhere. So once they're gone, they're gone. So I really have to get serious about this scanning. Because my baby pictures, I can't even tell that they're me anymore because they have faded.
There is services out there. Sorry if I interrupted. There are services out there that will actually enhance a faded picture. But of course, you're paying for that specialty service.
Now that's brilliant to know. That's awesome. So is there like a program that that's on our computer?
It's like the original, they didn't call it AI at the time, but it's like a computer generation software. It's too big to put on our computers. It's so it's not downloadable. It's a service that you send your photos to, and they do their version of a scan, which is connected to the software. I can't do the recovery of a faded picture. But I can certainly do a lot of the other enhancements. And we all have that opportunity to as well. It's amazing what Adobe Photoshop can do these days. It's sometimes worth the while to pay for, but even then, those pictures go on the cloud. So you have to make sure with Adobe, when you do an edit a picture, it deliberately gets saved in the computer, not automatically to the cloud.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. So Abby or anyone, what would you say is the best way to just get started? Do you start with the oldest pictures and start there and go up to today? Or do you start now and go backwards? Do you not worry about what's already photographed? I guess I need a starting point. Does anyone else feel like they just need a starting point?
My starting point is you got the box, there's a picture on top. Start there. Grab an album. The first picture that's a starting point.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
So that's on the idea that you are determined to scan them all. So we had 3 computers running that day, those days. And it sounds like from what you've got, that's going to be a bigger job than what we had.
But it's just time for me to really, like, I started putting some of my JPEG pictures over into the cloud, like I said, but then I stopped. And the reason I did this is because I got hacked in Facebook. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to get hacked and never get my Facebook back. It was so bad. Such a bad hack. Number one, I had to scan my driver's license. That wasn't good enough. Then I had to go, they sent me a document via email and I had to go get it notarized at the bank, stating that it was truly me. What if I wouldn't have gotten those back? There are pictures on Facebook that I don't have anywhere else because my daughter sent it to me or a friend sent it to me. For instance, my aunt, which is in her 80s now, sent me a birthday picture of me and my brother with her children at one of their birthday parties when I was probably 6 or 7 years old. Guess what? She sent that to me via Facebook. She was finally taking time to go through her pictures and separate them between her children because she's in her 80s. And see, that's what I started doing 100 years ago is I would scrapbook and I would make 2 albums, one for Misty, one for Christy. And I would do, I would go to CVS or Walgreens and get the pictures duplicated so they had all the same pictures or similar. But then I stopped because then the computers got big and then people started scanning because all of these pictures started fading. So I have all these albums, they're beautifully done, but they're not going to be any good by the time my children are my age, probably, because that's 20 years from now. And they're going to be so faded. They're not, my girls look so much alike when they were young that they're not going to be able to tell who's Misty and who's Christy. Even that, my granddaughter looks just like her Aunt Misty. Them two are not going to be able to tell themselves apart from when they were babies. I mean, it's amazing how your family look alike. I mean, Sherry, you're just sitting there. Talk to me.
I
Tell
have a
me what you're
question.
thinking. Tell me what you're thinking about this.
Well, I'm thinking I have like 2 tubs full of pictures at the very minimum, and had a flood and was so grateful that they were in plastic tubs at least, so they did not get ruined, although some were not, and those are gone. But they were actually business trip pictures. So while I was frustrated, it was not like what I would consider like emotionally catastrophic. My question was that I was going to ask Abby is, and also maybe it's a suggestion, because our cameras are so high tech on our phone these days, sometimes like I will just position the picture so I don't have a glare and actually snap a picture of the picture, and then save it, just because it's faster and it's easier than, I mean, I have a scanner on my thing, but that's just like, then I gotta, to be efficient, you're going to put 8 on the thing and then they're all together and you got to cut them apart and clip and edit. I mean, it's time consuming. I'd rather just take the picture and save it.
Well, what we did with the 3 scanners going, we didn't save it original size. We saved it larger so that the detail is picked up. So that later on, when the pictures are viewed at a smaller scale, it will be very clear. That's so we were also putting projecting them up onto a wall. So, a regular size snapshot, like what you're talking about, projected onto a wall, a screen, they would be so grainy. So the idea was we scanned large and individually, not 8 on a page. We did because of our goal of projecting it. But it's also that idea of digitally is the way the world is going. The pictures, the photographs, there's actually different styles of photos as technology progressed. But in all of them, red deteriorates first. But if it's on digital and with detail, you can recover if something gets damaged. There's recovery processes available now that even if it's on a hard drive and the hard drive fails, you can recover. The service like Forever, they have their redundancy backups. And don't forget the like the 10 gig on 24 months is $9 a US. That's only for 24 months, and then after that, there's no more paying because it's all taken care of. So that is cost effective in the long run. So you've got the
security.
You got the security, but you also have the quality that you pick for your pictures maintained.
So, Abby, I have read a few months ago when I started this, getting pictures over to the Google Cloud, that you can scan it on your phone instead of a scanner. Is there a difference in quality when you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
On the phone, you have to make sure, well, in either case, a scanner, a flatbed scanner, or the phone, you have to make sure you're picking the resolution you want. The bigger the picture is, and a snapshot of it is okay. But the bigger the picture, you make the picture, like you said, like Sherry and yourself were talking about with the phone, there is a setting that you can have HD resolution or better of that photo, and that's what counts.
Okay. And I want to back up for a minute about what Sherry said earlier about she had a flood. So my Misty was in, that's my oldest daughter. She was in kindergarten, I believe, maybe first grade. We had a house fire. And I cried because I cried a lot of tears, but I had two small children and living in a hotel. Then they moved us to an apartment because we had a huge fire. And luckily, it started in the kitchen with the refrigerator, so my pictures did not burn. Okay. But a company came in and cleaned out the entire house, took everything to their warehouse and cleaned everything. Guess what? I did not get back.
Your pictures.
I did not get back my pictures, all of them. I got back some of them. So the girls' Misty's baby pictures, Christy's baby pictures, those boxes never came back. Now, now back then, computers and phones, we never even heard of phones back then in the dinosaur years. And, the cloud and all of that, it wasn't there in the 70s, 80s, the 80s. Yeah. So it was late 80s, I guess, probably early 90s when this fire happened. So my mother had a few pictures and his mother had a few pictures. Well, guess what? That's the only baby pictures I have of them now.
Right.
And it's sad because so sad. I had so many pictures of the girls' first birthdays and things like that. Newborn pictures, the first picture that daddy held baby, all of those gone. Now, of course, I had sent some of them to our mothers and they had a few that I was able to retrieve. That's all I have. So in today's time, we're really, including myself, we are being stubborn and we're being ignorant when we don't have these pictures somewhere because it's our loss. But guess what? It's not only our loss. When I lost those pictures, my girls also lost those pictures. Their children lost those pictures because once we're at the pearly gates or wherever we're going, guess what? They can't see us anymore. They start looking at family photos. How many times have you went back to look at photos from when mom and dad were first married, or when I was born, or when they were born, or when I took that trip to Europe and they're not there? It's tear jerking. So we really need to be on top of this. And when Abby and I talked about doing this session, I really thought it would be powerful, especially this time of year when we're taking lots of pictures. Trisha.
Question.
Yes.
Miss Abby. So over the years, there was, all the wonderful external drive things, right? So at one point I had whatever computer I had at the time. And I had all, loaded all the pictures onto it, but then I put them on this external drive. Insert new computer, plug it in. It is so impossible to even think about navigating. That external drive just sits in a bucket, right? When you said, pictures of trips and things like that, there's a lot of history in that external drive, but I can't seem to figure out how to even view it to see if there's something in there that I even want to extract. What do you do with that? If the clouds aren't that necessarily that secure, but then you got these external drives that, you register it with one computer, that computer takes a crap, and then you go to this new computer and it's like, I don't know what this is because I'm not recognizing it. Correct. Or whatever. I don't want to pay somebody to extract my photos.
Okay, so
I want to just plug it into my computer and go.
Yeah. Well, what I always tell people is copy paste. The old original computer idea of Control C, Control V, and you're copying and pasting into the external hard drive, and you can paste into your own organization, like having a directory called TripX, family member, or pet. You have them all organized in that manner or similar. But the idea is that paste will be visible on all computers. So what happens of late, last handful of years, when you buy a hard drive, it comes with software so it only recognizes that one computer. So you end up having to save that file, that to install in the new computer so that you can access those files.
Okay.
So, and that's almost impossible. However, I know get-arounds to accessing those files, but I can't do them remotely. Yeah, but there are services local everywhere that can retrieve your data, format the drive, put them back on in a copy paste manner. Okay. And so the idea is that then you can take it to any computer you want. And that's what I was saying earlier. I didn't say the copy paste, but I was talking about putting them on an external hard drive, and you can take it to a family member and show the pictures if we lost the internet. Let's say we had a big storm and the power lines went down. Well, that also could mean no internet. Right. Because you have no electricity to access your modem. So there's a variety of different things that can happen. But the best choice is copy paste, and your other hard drive is retrievable.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, you never know. I might just mail it to you same day.
Yeah, that's fine too. And I can mail it back with the copy paste version.
Okay, so Abby, if I understand correctly, then Trisha is going to have to find someone and hire them to get her pictures from that hard drive.
Right. So if going forward, there's no issue because you now know copy paste.
Okay. Right. Okay. So to me, I find this kind of on the same topic. You guys may not. But I had the same issue with, in the dinosaur years, you had the beta videotapes in the camcorders, and then you had the VCR tape in the camcorders. And, over the years, the camcorders got smaller and smaller. So then you got a big disc, then you got a tiny disc, then we went back to the big disc. So now I have all of these years on the camcorders, but guess what? I can't play them because I have nothing to play them on because they don't even make beta players anymore.
Yeah.
Even the discs. Yeah. So, but luckily there are like the vinyl records, for example, they're coming back. You can now get a vinyl player.
Yes.
So some of these things are coming back because of nostalgia, because people want the old ways.
Right.
But things like the old, couple of those old ones you talked about, there are services out there that can retrieve your videos off of those tapes and give them back to you in a format that you can run today.
Okay, so would they put that like in a cloud somewhere that we can retrieve them and put them in a service like forever?
Yeah, they'll put them on something like their own cloud or their account, and then you just transfer them to Forever or a service like it.
Okay, because I have all their beauty pageants and all of that are on, I think, a VCR tape because it was in the 80s. So yeah, but we can't watch them anymore because our cameras don't work to hook up to the TVs anymore. And my girls are always saying, let's watch the old videos. Well,
yeah,
all those memories are just locked in these instruments. And
yes.
And I'm worried about, well, what if the cloud stops working, like you said, Abby? If the hard drive stops working, like Trisha says, what is the best way? Doing Forever and external, or
that's why I said the two options.
Okay.
I'm
glad you had this.
Yeah, because if you lose the internet, you have them in your possession with an external hard drive. And today you use a SSD hard drive. It's referred to as a solid state drive. It acts like it's digital. It's all digital. There's no moving parts. The old hard drive, like here's one. This is a mechanical hard drive. It's my backup. I'm okay with this because I know this is a high-end backup drive. This is the old style. And so I'm okay with that because I'm techie. I know what to do. But for everyone else who is not techie, a solid state hard drive is the way to go. SSD. And you can get them huge. You can get them in mega terabytes now. And the cost is not bad. The technology is so readily available now that you can buy 10 terabytes hard drives, SSD. And as long as you protect them, any of these hard drives, as long as you protect them, like you can put them into a burn safe, a safe that is durable through a fire. Put it in that, and keep another hard drive for the upcoming photos. That's an option. So because you talked about fire and Sherry talked about the flood, keeping it away from fire and water are always wise no matter what. But at least with an SSD, if it gets water exposed, within a reasonable amount of time, somebody like me can retrieve those files before the corrosion really takes place.
Okay, so Abby, can we go from Forever to the hard drive so that they're all in the albums and everything when they get to the hard drive?
Yes.
Okay, because I would not want to have to format those albums again once I did that.
Right.
So I think I'm going to put my grandson on this during his Christmas break. It's just start scanning. I have a scanner. It keeps breaking apart from my computer. That's another subject I'll have you help me work on. But yeah, because I would love to, like I said, I have so many boxes of pictures that I just really want to recover and make safe for not, yes, for me, but for my girls, so that they will have them. Do we have any other questions? I haven't heard anything from Kelly. Kelly, talk to us. You're muted.
Well, I know. So everybody's talking about pictures. When I was single in my 20s, I moved from Oshawa, well, from my mom's house to Edmonton. My mother was pissed off at me. So I had about 9 photo albums in the cupboard at my mom's house. And apparently they were taking up too much space. So she threw away all of my photo albums. She kept a couple of pages for me. God rest her soul. She's been gone now for my granddaughter's 16 years, but you know what? That's a tough one to get over. So, but I do have pictures. I'm like you. I have boxes and boxes of them. And it's like I went through them the one time to kind of sort them, because I don't know if you remember years ago when you got prints, Black's Camera, they always, for $1 extra, you got duplicates. Or sometimes you got triplicates if they had specials. So I have all these. I went through it for a while, you know, like, and then I started throwing out the ones like just pictures of scenery, and you come across pictures and it's like, who is this? I have no clue. You know, there's nobody but in me. So what's the point of saving it? So I started that. My daughter took a whole bunch of pictures. Again, like Sherry, I had them in a Rubbermaid container and made me a scrapbook years ago. But you talk about, my last thing I'll say, you talk about photo albums. My grandson was born in 2003. He has a photo album for the first year, all these pictures, baby, you know, blah, blah, blah. Got another photo album for my granddaughter, who was born in 2005. And of course, half of it has pictures, and then everything else is digital, and you don't really print anymore.
They're
so
JPEGs.
her photo album, right? So her photo album is half.
Yes.
But
yes.
Yeah.
It becomes, I think mentally we think, I'll do that later.
Yeah,
I'll do that later. I'll figure that out later. I need to go wash the dishes. I need to go to work. I need to wash the car, feed the dogs, whatever we're doing. But in all reality, are we always going to get to it later? You know,
it's just something. I mean, you've got kids, you're come over, get them to have it as a, you know, a picture scanning party. Like you said, get your grandson on it and work everybody together.
And, you know, and my daughter made a good point when you said, Kelly, about the scenery pictures and stuff. Mark and I are really bad, especially Mark. Oh, take a picture of the sun, take a picture of the water, take a picture of the snow.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? My oldest daughter said, Mom, get rid of all of that crap. Yeah. I just want pictures of us.
Yeah. So that's a good way.
Back to what my aunt did, she sent me a picture of me and my brother in a birthday party with her kids a million years ago. That's what I need to do, because I have so many pictures of cousins, aunts, uncles that my grown children have never met. I need to scan them and send them to the Facebook people, or mail them to the people that are not on Facebook. You know what I mean? I need, and then just trash them, because my girls have never met, you know, matter of fact, I don't think they've ever met any of my uncles and aunts, because after my grandparents passed, nobody ever got together again. So my girls weren't even born when that happened. You know what I mean? So families break apart, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, my girls have barely, I think they've met my sister and my brother maybe 3 times. Now, my youngest brother, they know very well. That's sad. But see, both of my parents have passed. So we've separated, you know, so yes, a scanning party. I love that idea. Let's get together and scan. I'll buy the dinner, you scan. And that would be great, because we would laugh and we would cry and we would, you know, yes, we would. The girls and I would love that. And the guys can just scan. So, okay, Tamra, I haven't heard anything from you about pictures. Talk to me. Oh, I think she's on the phone. Okay. So, Tamra, do we have you back? No. Okay. So we will, what I want to do then, if there's, raise your hand, yell out, scream out, anything else before we go into the marketplace. Before you forget, if you're interested in Forever, I have already clicked the link and went over to the website and registered. And they will even, I don't know where I'm at now. It says, go ahead and start your uploads. I haven't put in a credit card. I haven't done that part yet. It hasn't asked me for one. So I'm guessing maybe you get a certain amount maybe for free, Abby. Do you know? Because it hasn't asked me for a credit card yet.
I just clicked on the website pricing and
Okay.
it didn't do anything. So I'm going back to the original link to sign up and to get to that same stage you're at.
Okay.
Because I want to save our precious pictures as well.
Yeah, so I would suggest go ahead and open up that link so I mean, it'll always be on your chat, but of course we don't always get to our chat right away. So yes, Trisha.
Well, because I started on my phone and now I'm on my computer, Abby, that link isn't in my chat thread. Could you drop it one more time?
The sign up chat, the sign up link?
Yeah.
Okay, it's right here.
Thank you.
So this is where I'm at, if everyone can see my screen.
Oh, good.
So see, I went in and I put in my name and email, verified I wasn't a robot. 2 or 3 times it asked. So it is secured. I mean, 2 or 3 times it asked me if I'm a robot, made me click the little motorcycle bridge and something else. But so see, now it says start your first upload, and I have not, and it has not asked for a credit card, a bank account, or anything. So we must be able to get a certain amount for free.
Yes, 2 gigabytes.
And Google's that way too. You know, you can do a certain amount.
Products. Maybe it will tell you in products what.
Yeah, if you go to upload, you'll see that you get 2 gigabytes of files. And it tells you what file extensions you can upload, which includes pictures and movies of all sorts. Audio files. They've expanded on the audio files.
And if you will look under, do you see where I have it pulled up products? It even has video streaming on there, digital art, software, mobile apps, deals, Forever Club, gift certificates. So it's a pretty big, a lot of choosing, I think. I think it's got a lot of choices. So I'm really glad that you brought I've never heard of Forever, so I'm really glad that you brought this up, because I think that's where I'm wondering if there's a way creatively and very quickly that I can go to my Google Cloud that I purchased just for pictures and just upload them all the same time to this. Would you know, or would I have to do it individually, Abby?
I'm looking for that detail. I don't see it offhand. I'll have to check into that.
Okay. You know what we need to do is we need to do this call again, I think, because I think we're going to learn a lot from doing this. And to other people, maybe do a night session of it so other people can join in with us at nighttime that some can't during the day because they work. Because I think, Abby, that this is a great thing. So, yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought this up.
You'll also get a $20 USD coupon.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, that's lovely. I love it. I love it. So, yes, I think that I'll start doing that. And the first thing, Abby, if you could figure out for me and maybe for everyone, whenever you have a chance, can we get the Google stuff over to that pretty quickly instead of doing it individually?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to check into.
Yes. Or even, is there a way to go to our Facebook account and grab pictures and put over there all at one time? Or do we have to do it individually? Or do we have to back them up on our computer first and then to that? So there's a lot of things to figure out.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be a lot better than just not knowing. You know, my whole thing is not knowing the best way to do it. And I don't want to do it 5 or 6 times. I just want to do it and be done with it and continue to keep it up.
Yeah.
So, all right. So learn it, Abby, so I can just
Yes.
ask you a million questions over it. You know, I will. I look at Abby as my tech angel on all tech issues. The other night, the TV wouldn't work, and I said, okay, I'm calling Abby. And my husband's like, we are not calling Abby over the TV. And to come to find out, our Roku box had sizzled out. So and the reason we found that out, we went over to the other TV, grabbed the Roku off of it, and put it on there. It worked fine. So, and I'm like, but for me, and remember, he's an engineer at Texas Instruments. So he knows everything. God forbid he knows everything. He knows everything. He's a doctor. He's a veterinarian. He knows everything. So when I bring Abby up, oh, he almost gets red. I'll say, do not touch my laptop. The old laptop's in the filing cabinet. You can use that laptop. Me and Abby has my laptop perfect. It works perfect every time, ladies. Every time I get on, it works. So he's not allowed to touch it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, as Dr. Pat says.
The smart TVs are also computers.
Do what?
Smart TVs are also computers.
Yes, yes. But he'll say, I know how to do this. I'm like, well, then do it. I'm calling Abby. So Abby is my tech genius. So yes. All right. So let's go to the marketplace. Let's see what everyone has drummed up for us today. I'm so excited. So excited. Let's go. Oh, darn. Oh my goodness. And Abby says I am a computer technology specialist. No, you are my tech god, my tech angel. All right, let's go to the marketplace. And on that note, we are going to start our marketplace today with Abby. Abby, come on down. Bring us your best pitch and your favorite pitch and your best deal for us today.
The best, I'm not sure. You said the best gig?
Best deal.
Oh, best deal.
Best deal, yes.
Yes. That would be my monthly maintenance service. It's the best deal because it makes your computer last longer, and you get my attention for about a half hour every month, once a month. So I don't do just maintenance, a tune-up of your computer. It is it's more than that. It's, I check in with you about what quirks you've had. Sometimes it's just a matter of a restart. Sometimes it's, I have to do something. So it's a great service for a great price. It's $48 a month, Canadian. Mm-hmm. And you can also get it for $518 for the year. And we get a little savings out of it. So it ends up being a very good value, especially for the Americans.
Absolutely. So, Abby, so you're saying for about $50 a month, American dollars, you get a tune-up on. You can't
for
hear
about $50 Canadian.
$50 Canadian. Okay.
So it's cheaper in US by 30.
Okay. So let's do this. For less than $50 a month, Abby keeps your computer running. I want to be the first one to say, I'm sure you've all heard it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Abby has found a hacker in my computer. I took it to Shreveport, to the hotel, did not know it, came home. It was my monthly time for her to do the her magic, and she found that a hacker had been in. She found that. Just this last time, like 2 weeks ago, it was time for our monthly maintenance again. And this is how fine-tuned she looks at your back end of your computer. Is that she said, This is normal. This is normal. This is not normal. Why have you deleted so many whatever gigs or whatever you call them? I don't know what that all means, but it come to find out it was because she had told me the month before that, you know, a lot of things should be deleted out of my computer that I'm no longer using. So I had started cleaning up a lot of my things off. Guess what? Chat. All these chats I save takes up a lot of memory. Even though my laptop has a lot of memory, why keep storing it? So I started going through and thinking, okay, I already have that. Let's delete it. I have that, but it showed up. That's how fine-tuned she checks out what's going on in your computer. Now, you're going to say, LaDonna, your husband's an engineer. Why do you need Abby? Every day, every single day he would come home. Did you clean your cookies today? Did you, do you need to refrag or something today? No, I don't have time to do that every day. I don't have time. I don't want to. No. And then every time something would happen to my computer, this is his answer. Well, we need to start the whole computer over to manufacture. No, get away from my computer. I don't know how many files I've lost because of this. Because you got to remember, at work, they back up their computers every night at a certain time. So when they do that, they don't lose anything because they have to back everything up. Well, he doesn't back everything up when he did mine. When I first met Abby and she gave me the pricing, I'm like, oh, no more fighting, no more arguing, and no more asking him for help when my computer's running slow or any of that. And Abby does so much more. She doesn't do just your computer. I've asked her to help me with Zoom. My Zoom now is set up so that I can function the way I want to function. You know, you go into Zoom and you can set it up a certain way, but it didn't do everything I wanted it to do. And there's probably still more it can do that I don't even know about. But for now, it's perfect for me, and it wasn't before. So she's very knowledgeable. So who else has something that they want to ask or say about Abby? Tamra.
I think Abby is wonderful. I don't know what she would be like for my computer, but I'm fixing to find out, I think, pretty soon. I need help. I'm not computer literate either. So anyway, that's all I have to say about Abby. Abby.
I do have two things to add. One, my Black Friday, Cyber Monday special is still on till tomorrow. Anybody can take me up on it. It's 1 free hour as long as you pick a 2-hour session. So that's 50% off. So take advantage of that. That's something you have to contact me about. We discuss it. It doesn't matter when we do it later. The other thing that I wanted to bring up for everybody's benefit, and LaDonna made a comment, and this might be a reminder for her, I don't know, but when your computer or internet suddenly slows down, shut everything off. Yeah, and wait a few seconds, half a minute, turn it all back on from the modem to the computer. Because a hacker is using your computer as a proxy. And we're all in business, and we can't afford our computers to be slow while we're doing business.
Is that always, or is that just when like your internet gets unstable? Like mine throttles and slows down when my connection becomes unstable, or even if it's just struggling, because I work on an extender, right? So if I notice it's slowing down, I just assume the wind is blowing or a cloud passed by because I'm on antenna Wi-Fi. I live in the country, right? Like, so I've got antenna Wi-Fi, and I'm on an extender that goes between structures. So there's a lot of airspace between the structures. So it's kind of traveling around out there. So how do I know the difference between normal slowdown and somebody using my computer as a proxy?
Well, typically, okay, so if you have both slowed down, then you know, okay, so first off, a hacker goes into your computer, makes a little proxy server, gets back out, goes to the next person, next person, next person. When they finally get to their destination and come back to you, both the internet and your computer slow down. But on the first step, your computer hesitates, and you don't even see what they're doing. There's a hesitation. So that's why on the backtrack, when they're coming back through, you shut everything off. They have to start over. Therefore, if you keep doing that, you don't have to worry about it.
Is that why my computer sometimes just decides it wants to reboot itself? I come in here sometimes in the morning, I fire up my computer and I get going, and then all of a sudden it just boop, shuts down, cycles, restarts itself.
Okay, that's because you don't have enough memory on your hard drive.
Oh, well, it is getting kind of old.
Well, the age will do it too, but the common issue is you have less than 25% space on your hard drive, probably 5% when that happens. All computers, doesn't matter what make, I'm using an iMac, Linux, Windows, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the brand, you need at least 25% free space for your computer to work properly. And so another point on that is all your temporary files are in that space. So if you get rid of the temporary files or all the temporary files, your computer will speed up. And that's part of my job.
And with that, Abby, I live in the country as well. It was so bad that I couldn't even get internet to stay when I paid $300 a month for the airspace. So we had to get a tower built on our property to connect to the big tower. And I buy an extended package from the internet provider. And I called him, this was probably last year sometime, and I said, every single night, I can't stream on TV. I can't use my internet. My cell phones don't work without internet here. And I have Verizon, which is the most powerful service we have for this area. And I said, I need my service. I pay you almost $200 a month. I want my service at night and on Sundays. And it's every Sunday, and it was always at night. And you know what they found? Someone somehow had connected to my little robot on the roof that connected to my tower that I paid for to their tower and took some of my juice away. I know that's not technical terms, but you get the meaning. And they, you know what? They were so smart. They were able to track what house it was coming from and who was doing it. So, and they were a customer of theirs, but they weren't paying for the big package. So he was connecting to my package as well. So see, people are very smart because he got away with it for a while until they figured it out. So yes, there's hackers. They're very smart. So yes. All right. So what will be your hashtag, Abby?
I like Dar's idea. Let's call it Tech 911.
Okay, perfect. Abby, please put in your hashtag Tech 911 and your one offer for now. And then we are going to go to Kelly. Kelly, come on down. You're muted, Kelly.
I know I had to get my mouse moving to unmute me. Okay. Hi, everybody. Kelly Doran from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. With the Super Patch Company, you all know me. I'm just going to, today, my two favorite patches are Peace and Joy. We need these for this time of year. Peace for the stress we're under, joy just to keep us happy. But I just quickly want to read a testimonial about the Joy Patch. So this gentleman decided to try the joy patch for no reason other than to see what effect it would have on me. I'm generally a happy person and like a good laugh, so didn't know what to expect. Yesterday I put on the patch. Did I immediately turn to the happiest person in the world? No, but I'm happy normally anyways. As I said, then I thought about people would come to the same conclusion and very quickly dismiss the patch as rubbish, or worse, a con. So I started to think a bit deeper about what this patch has changed for me. And it very quickly hit me that for me, a happy guy, have I mentioned that already? There was a significant change in my resting thoughts. How many of us think of worst case scenario, doom, gloom, what ifs, etc. when we're in rest mode? Our minds wander, overload, create negative thoughts. But I realized I have none of these. My resting thoughts were all positive. My reaction to situations in turn became calmer and positive. I'm a school teacher. And that's when I realized that the joy patch was doing for me. It was giving me hope. So I guess the message I'm sending is don't always look for the wow factor. Always, although it's great when it happens, the patches will do different things for us all. So to me, that's amazing. And I have been wearing peace and joy together. And yeah, I don't think I'm as doom and gloom. So my,
yes.
Pardon?
Go ahead. What is your offer?
My offer today is anyone who purchases a 28-day pack of the Peace Patch, it'll be $45 plus tax and shipping for your first order. I will gift you a 4-pack of the Joy Patches.
Awesome.
So hashtag
yes.
patch.
Perfect. Hashtag patch. Please put that in the comments, Kelly, with your offer so that we can remember it and go back to refer to it. But my question for you, so are you saying one of those patches would make me sleep better?
The REM patch, yes.
Oh, so not the joy patch.
No. I have been, so they did a challenge starting last week. Jay did, our owner, and he said he never really wore the Peace Patch. So he says for sleep at night, you need the REM, which is a 12-hour patch. That's your sleep patch. And then the Peace Patch, because a lot of people don't sleep at night because their mind is racing. So the Peace Patch calms, the sleep patch puts you into your deep REM sleep. And I bought myself a smartwatch off of Amazon. It was like $37. And I thought, okay, it measures my sleep. So I've been tracking it now for 7 days, and I'm getting anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of deep sleep a night.
Your watch tells you this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my watch. But I have to wear the darn watch to bed, which drives me crazy. But I've been doing it. And yeah, so it tells me how many steps, which I wanted. And then it tells me my deep sleep and my light sleep. So
oh, that's awesome.
That's really helping me. And if you have a good sleep at night, you know, you function better in the morning, you get up, you're not tired, eat my oatmeal, and then away I go.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. I love that. Any questions for Kelly? Comments, questions? All right. Thank you, Kelly. Make sure you're putting everything in the chat with your hashtag. And Dar, come on down. You're on mute. I know that darn mute button drives me nuts. It needs to be a red button like a clown's nose that sticks up from the keyboard, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, my name is Dar. I am the proprietor of Dar's Creative Cards, and I custom create homemade one-of-a-kind greeting cards. Each one is unique and specially made for you, and you won't see anything like this on the shelves at Dollar Tree or Walmart even, and they're picture perfect. So as a y'all heard LaDonna say earlier that her daughter is gonna put one in a picture frame, and she's gonna pass it on as a review. So anyway, my website. Sorry, I sound out of it. I've been on some pain medication, and it's been difficult to keep my head up and my eyes open. But anyway, I'm here, and my offer is I am no longer taking orders for Christmas or for New Year's. However, I think I can maybe squeeze in 2 more orders of which would be 4 Christmas cards for $21 for 4.
Okay.
Otherwise,
you just said you cannot do any more for Christmas or New Year's?
correct.
Okay.
But I have just enough time that I can squeeze in 2 more orders for
okay.
Christmas.
Okay. Okay.
If your heart is really set on Christmas, and it'll be $21 for 4. Is that correct, Abby? Oh no, it's incorrect. Because it's Christmas, there'll be $7 each, so that'll be for I'm not good at math.
28.
4 cards for $28, 4 holiday cards for $28.
Okay.
And postage.
5.
5. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you want me to do the deal?
Yeah.
Okay, 5. That's 5 greeting cards for $28. And you get that 5th one is free. And you cover the postage as well.
Perfect. And what would your hashtag be, Dar?
Hashtag is no, let's do pound cards.
Okay, hashtag cards. Dar,
Yeah.
make sure that you put that in the chat. And Dar, do they have to be holiday cards, or can we choose? Okay.
They
Perfect.
do not have to be holiday cards, but
Okay.
I'm accepting orders for 2 sets.
Okay,
So
perfect.
who would like one?
Awesome. Thank you, Dar. Any questions for Dar? Okay, one of a kind cards for, what does that mean? Wow, that's less than $10 a card for custom made one of a kind cards. I love that. So, and as you know, she does get great reviews. All right, any questions for Dar? If not, we're going to move to Trisha. Trisha, come on down.
I'm muted. Nope, I'm not muted. Check
Nope.
that out. Well, okay, so Tamara enlightened me, so I'm just going to go with what I'm about to say, because it appeared to me that well, maybe some of you don't really know me, and what I truly do. So I'm super thrilled to connect with you today. My name is Trisha Perdo, and I'm extremely passionate about fostering positive change and empowerment through a truly recovered life, and showing people how to choose it, live it, and own it. So in a world where recovery is often viewed as a challenge that we have to overcome, I personally, professionally believe that it's a transformative journey, and a choice that we make each and every single day to live with intention, purpose, and ownership. So moving into a recovered life is not just about abstaining from substances. It's about embracing principles that lead to a life of fulfillment. So through discussions that I have with my clients and other people, depending upon what the atmosphere is, we always explore the power of choice. The principles of living a fully recovered life. That's not something you hear often in the recovery community, but a fully recovered life, and the profound idea of taking ownership of our recovery journey. Because I have seen firsthand the impact of the concepts that have been transforming lives in my journey, personally and professionally, for almost 11 years now. So I'm just really excited to, to be here to share that commitment level to personal growth, resilience, and the pursuit of an authentic and empowered life. So when I say recovery, I don't just mean substances, and I kind of, alluded to that, but I'd like to back up. We're talking process, behavioral, and chemical. So that could be shopping, that could be people-pleasing, codependency, that could be your relationship with the gym, it could be food, alcohol, opiates, boom, boom, right? Like Dar said, like, hey, I'm on some pain medication. Well, gee, if Dar needs a little support in her wean and taper, right? Because it could become uncomfortable if it's long-term, if it's more than that 7 to 10 day cycle, it could be uncomfortable. I'm your person, right? So anyway, my offer, I just came up with it. So here it is. LaDonna, maybe you write it down. Here's my offer. So because, maybe not all of you here are, advocates for mental health or advocates for recovery. However, you may know somebody, come across somebody, be in a room or talk to somebody, right? For anybody that has a referral for me, that wants to send somebody to me or make that handshake, before you make that handshake, we'll get you signed up as an affiliate advocate so that you actually make 25% of whatever program I choose to enroll that client in through consultation, which, as LaDonna knows, is anything from $2,500 to $15,000. You would get 25% of that.
What an awesome way to make some extra money. I mean, think about if you made 25% of a $10,000 deal, all you did was refer someone.
All you have to do is introduce, make the handshake, right? Because we'll create an affiliate link and it'll track under them. So even if it takes me 364 days to convert them, it will still track under your name.
And you know what? Referral affiliate programs are the best way to be surprised. You have
5 signature programs, which I dropped in my e-card, right? So for the parents of, young adults that have addiction problems, right? Like I work with the parents, the family members, the spouses, all the things. So I have 5 signature programs for eating disorders and chemical addictions and, all the things.
Perfect.
And I'm internationally credentialed, so I can work anywhere.
Awesome. Dar, did you put your deal in your hashtag in the chat? Okay, she's working on it, I think she said. Okay. All right. And Trish, you already put yours in the chat, your information?
My contact information is in there. My little digital card is in there.
Okay, perfect. So get with Trisha, get signed up as an affiliate. You never know when Uncle Bob may call you and say, you know what, Aunt Judy needs some help. She has maxed out all of our credit cards. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how to keep her from overspending.
Right.
You never know. And you can say, oh my gosh, I'm going to hook you up with Trisha. I trust her.
I just did a consult for that 2 weeks ago. That very thing.
Yes.
Right? A brother and his wife called about his brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kind of addictions. It's not always alcohol. It's not always a drug. There's all kinds of addictions. All right, Tam, does anyone have any questions for Trisha? Any questions? All right, Tamara, come on down.
Okay, well, my name is Tamara Patrick, and I have Just for You Life Brigade, life coaching for restarting you. I give purpose, motivation, and direction to people that need it to restart their life. An offer. Okay, well, we haven't really talked about pricing yet, but I'm going to tell you that I have a deal for you. 1 hour breakthrough session with me for $47. How's that sound?
Perfect. So for $47, you can have 1 hour with Tamra to do a breakthrough of whatever you're needing to break through. Maybe you're going through a hard time for the holidays, right? Maybe you're having a hard time getting through a divorce or a hard time getting through. I know she specializes, if you know of anyone that is getting out of the military. Yes.
Military personnel getting out of the military is that's my passion, because I really want to help them. I guess because I was in the military for too long. But anyway.
They need it.
They need it. They need it because so Tamara spent 17 years, correct, Tamara? So imagine, has anyone else been in the military or with a spouse in the military? Let me see your hands. So let me tell you, as a spouse of the military for only 7 years, or even less because I wasn't married to him the first year, it's like in a different world. You no longer get to do what you want, when you want, how you want, the way you think you should. You don't always get with your family. You don't always get to travel with your family. I was very fortunate. After we married, I even traveled to Germany on my own passport the day he went. Most wives don't do that, but I'm a strong woman and that's what I wanted to do. So I went and stayed in a hotel in Europe until we got an apartment. But the thing of it is that when that phone rings, that red light goes off at 3 a.m., he had to be ready to go.
Gonna go.
And you know what? He doesn't get to tell me where he's going because he doesn't know where he's going. And guess what? I don't know when he's coming back, nor does he. 6 weeks, 1 week, 1 day, it doesn't matter. You don't know. It's the unknowing. You live a different life, but you get paid. They make sure you eat, you have a roof over your head, because guess what? It's like being 10. You don't get to make your own decisions. So then when you spend 25 years in the service, or 17 or 7, whatever it is, when you come out and you're a civilian, you get to live on planet Earth again. What do I do? Where am I going to work? How am I going to eat? But all my husband could say is, woo! He was done. He couldn't stay for 17 years. 7 years, he was done. The only reason they got him that long is because he had to extend to take me again.
Yeah.
He only had one decision: take me, sign up for longer, leave me in the US, and keep your time.
Yeah.
It's hard. You need that breakthrough. So please, if you know a soldier that's having difficult, she will extend that $47 offer to them as well, even though they're not here today.
Yes.
Okay.
And my hashtag will be breakthrough.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Put hashtag breakthrough for $47 and your information in the chat, please, Tamra. What questions or comments do you have for Tamra? Kelly, do you have anything? Trisha? Abby?
No, I have and if we were supposed to talk last week and your connection was terrible, but I have a friend, she's another super patch rep in Florida, and they have a foundation where they are working with veterans, but they are creating like the container villages. They're in this project to do container villages. So it's all the vets that have come back that have PTSD. So that's who they're working with. And I just thought, she's going through a bit of issue right now with animals and family, but I thought you two would be a perfect connection to see, if you couldn't do something together. Well, but yeah. So I'll work on that connection.
Yes. And Kelly, you and Tamara need to rebook, I guess it sounds like. Yep. So make sure we do that. Yes. And Tamara is probably the newest one that's on the screen right now. in our membership. But Tamara, have you connected with Trisha, Abby, and Dar yet? Okay, so
no,
Tamara,
I haven't, but Abby and Dar both sent me their information on Facebook, and we connected on Facebook. We were going to do a coffee, and I haven't got there yet because I moved to Oklahoma.
yes.
I moved from Oklahoma back to Kansas. But now I'm trying to get a hold of everybody. And Trisha, I will get a hold of you.
Yes, she is. Tamara is getting her schedule down. She's regrouping herself. So yay.
You can ask LaDonna. My schedule looked really horrible. I didn't have anything in it in my calendar. Now it's getting full.
And you never know. You also might run into people that say, you know, or even yourself, right, that want to maybe expand some of their credentialing or training. And so, you know, like I teach 4 classes that are recovery related in one aspect or another. And you know, I'm just really passionate about, you know, like if you're going to be working in those people's lives, like, you know, you having that capability of doing it effectively, whether or not you know, need the credential, the education is just priceless.
That's exactly what I need. And that's what that's what I like about this meeting, is because you get to meet so many people. It's like, I know I have a friend here that does cards. I showed her Dar's card, and she's like, what?
Right. Exactly. It's all about what you're feeling. Everyone's different. Okay, so all of you know I'm LaDonna. I am going to do a new offer today. I know right now we're trying to set up all of our goals, and I teach a lot of classes and I do a lot of things, but I haven't offered this yet. So for right now, for everyone that's here and anyone that's in our membership group, and only in our membership group, I am going to extend for $99, 3 sessions, 1 hour long. So that's 3 hours total. I am going to help you set up your goals for 2024. Now, most people that's going to sit there and set up your goals for the entire year would charge you thousands of dollars, ladies. This is huge. When I talk to you about goals, I'm talking about short-term goals and long-term goals for 2024. So for 3 hours with me, we can do it an hour each, a half an hour each, whatever you want to do. But for 3 hours, I will help you set up your goals for 2024. Okay? So that is huge. If you haven't already done those goals, you're already behind, just so you know. And so we need to get them set up, even if we have to do it a little bit at a time, because it's huge to help you succeed for next year. Okay? So I'm going to do that for $99. So I'm going to use hashtag goals, and that's going to be for $99. And that's to set up goals. Okay. All of you know how to reach out to me, but please reach out to me if you haven't. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what you're doing. You have to set up your goals now. Also, I want everyone, we have like 10 minutes left. I have a workshop coming up, and it's called Get Down and Let's Get Dirty, Connecting, Networking, and Collaborating. Does your network work? Does your networking work? If it doesn't, sign up with me December 5th. Mark it on your calendars. It's $12, $12 only for 1 hour. We are going to get down and get dirty. I'm going to teach you how to start networking effectively right away, that afternoon, that day, whatever. It's December 5th from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm just giving you that. Nobody else has heard of this. I haven't advertised it. You will see it advertised, but I want you to mark it on your calendars. December 5th, 10 to 11 Central Standard Time. And yes, and then you will see the link going out this week. You were the first to hear about it. And it's only $12. You will want to buy that ticket, guys. You're going to take away so many tools to start connecting right away effectively. All right. Does anyone have any questions? We've lost Abby and Trisha. Abby must have had a call to get to. Any questions? Kelly, Tamara, Dar. Okay. Yes,
no,
Dar.
I don't think so. I was going to ask you to repeat the time for your December 5th. And I actually, already repeated it. It's like you pulled my question out of my head.
Yes.
It's an hour later than what she says, right?
Yes. So 11 o'clock for you, Dar. 11 o'clock for you.
I'm being attacked.
Lovingly.
Put your other hand down.
She's got 3 arms. Dar, did you get that? It's at 11 o'clock. It's at 11 o'clock your time, Dar, on the 5th.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk to Abby about your offer, your $99 offer.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yes.
God knows I need help. Abby's not available all the time.
Yes.
Do that again, Abby, in front of my shirt.
Yes.
Turn it
away. She's giving us a thumbs up, everyone. A thumbs up.
I'm in LaDonna. I'm in your
All right, ladies. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest.
Oh, wait. Don't forget to save the chat, everybody.
Oh, yes. Save the chat, everyone. 3 little dots at the bottom. Click it. It'll come up. Save chat. And if you've noticed in our membership group, I am almost caught up with all the past videos. And I hope everyone had time to watch my grateful video that I did around.
It was wonderful. I loved it. It was so heartwarming.
Thank you. Please watch it if you haven't had a chance to watch it. I think it warms everyone's hearts. That's what I was going for. And just to remind everyone what season we're in, I'm going to try to do another one this week because I think sometimes we get so, including me, I get so emotional about buying the right gift, cooking the right dinner, decorating the right way, and making everyone happy that I forget about what the importance of the holidays and family time really are. So I'm really trying to focus on making my heart better, but also making my family's heart better and my friends. Okay, because sometimes we get it confused. Kelly, did you?
It's about the food and being together. And that's what I said to my daughter. I don't care if we can't afford Christmas gifts. As long as we can afford to put food on the table, we have a roof over our house, the bills are paid, and we can get together as a family. So that's
with Kelly, thoughts. With that note, I call her great grandma. I call her Grandma Margaret. Okay. She's not my grandma. She is my son-in-law's grandma. He calls her grandmother, but everybody else, and I call her Grandma Margaret because to me, she's Grandma Margaret. She's 87. She had surgery on Halloween. She's still in the hospital. She has had a lot of complications. And she always helps cook for Thanksgiving every year. And this year we had it at my daughter's house. So she would have came to my daughter's house, my oldest daughter, not the one that married her son-in-law, her grandson. She raised him. But she was so upset because she couldn't help and she wasn't going to be able to be there because she's still in the hospital. And then Uncle Dale, my son-in-law's uncle, I call him Uncle Dale, had to stay at the hospital with her so she would have someone with her. But you know what? We packed up a huge platter of food and the family took it to him at the hospital. They unhooked Grandma Margaret's feeding tube and let her have 1 bite of mashed potatoes and 1 bite of dressing.
Nice.
And if you look on my Facebook page, I'm sure you'll find the pictures of her in the hospital. And there's even one in there that my grandson, my Bri, which is 4, her great grandson was feeding her pudding one day. while she was at the hospital.
Aww.
That's what life's about, girls. That's what life's about. They took family photos while they were there, everything. Dar.
Two things. The first thing is I can relate to that because when my dad was in the hospital dying, one day we brought him an orange, creamy orange ice cream. And he mowed that down like nobody's business. And you could see a gleam in his eyes at how much he loved it. And I got a beautiful photo of it too for the memory. And the other thing is we took him clementine oranges. Oh, did he ever mow down on them too? He loved his fruit. Now, the second thing about Christmas, what I'd like to add to that, if I may, and hopefully I don't offend anybody, but I think Abby and I don't usually do anything for Christmas. We've gotten out of putting our tree up, and it's all kind of sad, but our family's not close. So we usually have an event with our church group, who is like our family we never had. So our church group, leading to that, the reason for this season in my heart is because of Jesus. And that was when he, kind of, what do you call it?
It's his birthday. It's his birthday.
Exactly.
It's his birthday. Yes. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes we forget that too. And then, of course, everyone doesn't celebrate Christmas on December 24th or December 25th. Some celebrate other ways. But whatever it is, it's about celebrating something. It's about celebrating whoever or whatever you believe in.
That's right.
You know, and my family have different beliefs. I believe one way, my husband believes another way, my daughter believes another way, the other one believes another way, my son-in-law, but we all believe, and we all want to get together as a family, and we all celebrate whatever our beliefs are. And like Kelly said, the food and the family. Food and family. We love to eat. This family loves to eat. So, all right, Kelly. I'm going to get with you, Kelly. Don't let me forget oatmeal recipe because I won't remember. And I want to get with you on some mushroom recipes.
I think Abby needs me to get going, so I got to jump off too.
Yes, we're gone. We're done. Have a beautiful day. See you all on Friday morning.
We got sunshine here today.
Yes. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.